Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Okay, before I get into the recap, I did finish the week with 25 wins, 7 losses for a win rate of 78.13% for the week. Below my 80% goal that I have. I took a lot of unnecessary losses this week, so we'll get into that when I get into that. But yeah, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. With that said, we'll just get into the recap now. Let's see. Monday, I didn't start out the week very good at all. I took 2 losses right out of the gates on Monday, so I did not start out very well. Monday was the 28th. I sit in the Trade Ideas channel, pre-market. What's this pre-market? I only had, what? Yeah, I started out with just SPY puts on the 431 because this is when it, let's see, which day is the 28th? We bring to SPY. Let's see what I was looking at with SPY. Is this the day that I had a big gap down? The 28th, yeah. This is the day it gapped down huge. Sunday, futures, and then it started going up, and I really thought for sure that it was going to dump, so that's why I was watching it underneath 431, which was this area right here, but it didn't do that. So then I end up going to Roku and looking at Roku on the 28th, which is right here. I said Roku puts at, let's see, 9:37, and I got it at 9:39, 2 minutes later. Roku puts under 136, and 136 is down here, but because it popped up, I ended up grabbing it early. Then I should have, because 136 is down here, but you know, it was coming really fast right down into the pre-market lows, so I thought for sure if it broke, it was going to do it with land speed. And sometimes I like to buy it in advance, in anticipation of a break. I just got it just a tad bit too early, then it popped and it dropped and it popped, and it just did not work out. So that was loss number one. I had the Roku 130 puts at $2.99, and I ended up stopping out at 171. But boy, that was really, I was actually thinking about swinging it. And let's see, this is the 28th right here. Yeah, and they went in the money. I mean, the next day, Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, but I don't normally swing now. But I mean, Roku just has a habit of just dumping and not holding its gains. If it does hold its gains, it's usually just temporary. It's just lost all kinds of momentum, considering where it was last year, from near $500, and now it's down here to $100. It's just crazy. I mean, I think it's going to end up going back into the $300-400 range, but it's not going to be anytime soon. So it could be a couple of years or a year or something like that. But Roku just not getting any momentum behind it. Anytime it does, it just gets shut down pretty quickly. I should have swung that, but it is what it is. Then I took SPY puts. I did finally take them at let's see, what was the time frame? I'm going on Twitter. I'm looking at my Twitter for the timestamps. That's what I'm doing, and that's why you need to look on Twitter for a reference to see the timestamps. 10:12 on the 28th. 10:12 right here. Went back to the layout. This is exactly where I took it. It popped up, came back down to the lower day right here, because this is opening candle. Thought for sure it was going to break, came right down here. I grabbed the 432 puts at 253, and it just popped. We had this massive gap down, and I thought for sure, because it failed the pre-market high, which is this 434, will round up a little bit because it rejected, came back down, and it did like a little fake out, harshly rejected. I thought for sure this thing was going to fall apart, but it just didn't. And yeah, then I ended up taking, let's see, I took that loss. I stopped out at $1.50. I had the 432 puts at $2.53 and stopped out at $1.50. Then I ended up taking SPX puts at $11.25. Make sure I have the right day. $11.25, which is right here. Now, the reason I grabbed it here was the higher day on Friday. It filled the gap and rejected it. I grabbed it right there. I grabbed the 43.25 puts at 325, and they went from 325 to 590 in that little drop. Then I ended up grabbing the 43.10 puts at 12.11, which is right here. 12.11. This candle right in here. There's some reason I didn't take it there, but yeah, I got it there. Then it came back down. I should have grabbed it right in here, but I didn't. I grabbed it down here more. The 43.10 puts, I got at $4.30, and they went from $4.30 to $10.30 on that drop right there. Then I ended up taking 4,300 puts at 2 o'clock, which is right here, right on this drop right here. Yeah, I didn't grab it there. I wasn't quite sure what it was going to do, but right when it broke down from this area right here, this 433.50 area, that's where I ended up grabbing the 4,300 puts at $4.20, and they went from 420 to 1370. Then I ended up grabbing them again at 244, which is right here. Well, 244 right here, the VWAP rejection, not VWAP, the 20 EMA rejection right here. I got that little drop right there. They went from, because they were the 4,300 puts, I got them at $3.60 this time. They went from $3.60 to $6 in this candle right here. You see that? I'll blow it up a little more. You see it came up to the 20 EMA right there and rejected, and that's where I got the candle. Then another one I took was at 244, which was 244. What's the next candle? Wait. Did I get the right day here? Might have to break this down a little smaller so I can actually see it. Maybe I didn't grab it right there. Let me just double check. Where is it? This is the 28th. 28th. Go down to the smaller time frame. Okay, the 202, which was right. Bring it up on the 10-minute over here so we can see what it looked like at that particular day. Because I don't use the 3-minute. I'm just doing it so you guys can see where it was at the particular time. 202. Yeah, it's when it broke down below this area right here. Then the one at 244 was at 244, which is right here. Okay, where was it on this one? 244 was this candle right there. So yeah, I did get that drop right in here. Then the 3 o'clock one was, is this the 3 o'clock? No, right there. Okay, this is the 244. I got that little drop right there. That one went from $3.60 to $6, I believe. Yeah, and that little drop right there. Then the other one I had was at 3 o'clock, which was right here. So I caught this candle, as you can't really see it, but then I caught this one too. So that's why I'm using the smaller time frame. So I got this one right here. Then the second one was at 3 o'clock. I got the 4,300 puts at 310 right here, and they went from 310 to 550 in that drop. Then I got them again at I played out quite a bit at 3 and 310. So I got this one right there. Then it popped back up. I grabbed it again right there on that drop. So yeah, 3 o'clock was this one. Then I got the 310 when it popped back up right here. This one was the 4,300 puts again at 320 this time, and then went from 320 to 440. A little bit smaller drop because you get a little bit of a head and shoulders right here. You get the left, you get the head. Then when it popped back up, I thought for sure it was going to fall apart, but it didn't. But yeah, got some nice little moves right here. I mean, we got this candle, this one, and this one, right? 310. Yeah, this one, then this one. And the last one of the day was 334, which was right here on the VWAP rejection that I ended up grabbing right. 344 is right at the down here. So I got it right on the break of these candles right down here on the 10 minutes. So, and those, I had the 4310 puts this time instead of the 4300, and they went from 330 to 580 on that little drop because I waited down here more and it dropped. Then it just ripped. This day was kind of crazy because we went in with bad news and we were just thinking that it was going to end up being more bad news and it was going to end up being a big sell-off, and then it just did the complete opposite of what I was anticipating. So that's why I ended up grabbing puts at the beginning, thinking one thing, and then it did something else, and I adjusted everything. And what I've been doing this past week is I've been sitting out the first 15 minutes to 30 minutes because it's just been, the fake outs have been so bad lately. Usually you can play the opening candle and not be worried about fake out, but the last few weeks the fake outs have just been getting worse and worse and worse. So I've been kind of avoiding them. The best plays lately have been mid-morning to late afternoon. So that's what I've been kind of focusing on, and that's what I'm going to focus on going into next week too. So I did finish the day with 2 wins and 7 wins and 2 losses. So not starting out the way I liked, taking 2 losses on a Monday. Mondays are really a pain to trade, especially because you have a weekend's worth of news. You're not sure how the market's going to digest the news or anything like that. And sometimes it just takes a little time to digest it, because I know that futures acts a certain way, but a lot of people do not trade futures. So they end up, things go wild at the first 15, 30 minutes on Monday, and just needs time for people to make their decision and stuff like that. And that's why the market's really chaotic on Mondays in the morning. So best just to wait it out, I guess. So that's what I've been trying to do all week, and I'm going to do it again next week. I should say this week because it is Sunday. Now on Tuesday, I had 3 wins, and they were all SPY. Play a lot of SPY. Let's see on the first right here. Let's see what I said pre-market on the first. SPY puts into 433. Facebook calls over 211. I think Facebook actually broke the 211 on. I don't really need to look at it, but I was curious. I think this was the day it broke. Yeah, and I didn't take it because it was the first candle, and look what it did. It popped up and just dropped. It dropped and it pops. I mean, this is everywhere. It's just really annoying to trade and to play because of that. I really don't like that, but there's nothing you can do, just adjust to it. You look at SPY, popped up, then it rejected, so I did grab SPY puts at 952, which is right here. I don't know why I grabbed it right here. I should have grabbed it up here more, but I didn't. I grabbed it down here underneath the 20 EMA. I probably should have waited, grabbed it up here. But anyways, I grabbed the 434 puts at 357. They went from 357 to 445, and that dropped. Then I ended up going and grabbing them again at 1040, which is right here. Now we got this little drop that popped back up. Then when it broke below the 200 EMA in this area of the 434, we'll round down to 434, and then I grabbed it again right there. And this time it was the 432 puts at 305, and then went to $6. So if he held it all the way through. Then I ended up taking SPY puts again at 127, which is right. No, I should have taken it right there, but I didn't. I took it 127 right here, right down in here. I took it. Then went from I had the 428 puts at 365, and they went to 410. I should have gotten it right here because if you're in the room and you know how I trade, you know how I think, anytime price gets away from the blue line, which is the 20 EMA, anytime it gets away from it and has a substantial gap between the two, between the price and the moving average, one of two things happens. It either bounces to it or it chops and brings the moving averages down to it. So when I saw it pop up to the 20 EMA, I should have taken it for a rejection of that, but I didn't. I decided to wait down here and chase it down here, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have taken it here, and there was a couple of trades. I could have taken it right here too. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't feeling it on Tuesday or something. I don't remember what my mindset was at that point in time, and my mindset has a lot to do with how much I trade, what I'm going to trade, and the size and stuff like that. So if I'm not feeling it, or I'm not in a good mood, or if or something, my emotions as far as not trading, but just like how I feel mentally and physically has a lot to do with that. So I probably wasn't feeling it too much this day on Tuesday. So, and it being a non-expiration day, there's just not much really does happen on non-expiration days, and you don't get the volatility. You can't buy SPX. Well, you can on Tuesday, but it's going to cost you like $20, and that's just, to me, it's, if it goes against you quick, you'll be down 50% in a flash, and that, to me, that's just not very manageable. So now Wednesday, let's see, I had 6 wins and 3 losses. Wednesday was not a good day. I just didn't do very well. This whole week was just yeah, I remember saying this in the room that statistically, when I was trading towards the end of the day on Wednesday, I was noticing I was going 2 wins, and the third one, every third play was a loss, and it ended up being that way: 2 wins and a loss, 2 wins and a loss, 2 wins and a loss, and I'm just like, that's just very odd that it did that, but yeah, okay. On Wednesday, pre-market, even though I'm not trading the first 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm still putting the trade ideas up there in case you want to take it. That's your own choice. Me, I'm just waiting. SPY puts under 431 and Facebook calls over 206. So we can see right here on that's the first. The second popped up. I took it at 10:07, which is right here. Right in here, I took it. I took the 433 puts at 222, and they went from 222 to. Wait a minute, I got the right day here. $10:07. Let me just make sure. For some reason, that doesn't look right. That does not look right. For some reason, what? Let me just check the alerts. On the second. Yeah. 222 to 3. I don't remember why I did that. Let me just double check the on the second. Where are you? Second. Okay, I'm looking at the timestamps. Trying to get the timestamp to show up. 10:08, 10:08, 10:07 on the second. Let me just blow it up. Blow it up on the 1 minute. Let's see. Second, okay. 10:07. Right. Oh, I got it right in here. Okay, right here is where I grabbed it. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, the 4. I had the 433 puts at 222, and then went from 222 to 314. I just couldn't figure out. For some reason, I thought I got it down here, but no, I got it right up here, right in this candle right here at 10:07. So that makes sense now. For some reason, it just did not look right. Go back to the 10 minute because I don't use the 1 minute. On the second, where are you? Right there. Okay, so yeah, I got it there in that candle. The second one I got was SPY 33 puts at 1021, which is right in this candle. I'm going to have to go down to 1 minute because we had a lot of volatility at this particular time. I don't remember what it was about. Powell wasn't speaking yet, was he? Yes, actually he was. This is Wednesday. Yeah, he was speaking. So yeah, we got this move right here. Then we got a 1022, which is 1021, which is this candle right here up to VWAP, and it dropped right there. So we had the 43. Let me bring this down to the 10-minute on this side so we know. Make sure I get the day right. Okay. As Powell was talking, and this is when I was anticipating it, we were going to have a drop. So I got the VWAP rejection right here, which was on the 1 minute, but at this particular time, it wasn't. It was down here. Thinking that, okay, we got this, pop back up and grabbed it again. But let's see, 1021. I had the 433 puts at 246, and then went from 246 to 305, and that little drop right there. So what I was probably thinking was, it dropped right here, and I grabbed it again on the drop, thinking it was going to drop more, and it didn't, because Powell was on deck at 10 o'clock, was actually speaking already, and thinking that he was going to sink the market, and he didn't. But I ended up grabbing puts at 1033 again, which is right here. Now this move right here, I think, is when he made the announcement that he was only going to raise rates only 25 points instead of basis points, instead of like a whole point or something like that. So 0.25 instead of 1. And then the market like that. So usually when you have a big pop, they retrace a little bit. So I tried to grab this at 1033, which is right here, and then the market just popped up and then just didn't even look back. But yeah, I took a loss on the third one, which was right here. So we caught this move, and I took a stop on this one, and it just kept ripping all day long, and for some reason I just liked what he was saying. So then I took that loss. I went to the next one. I went to SPX 4320 puts at 1118, which is right 10 minutes on the left, 1118. Now why did I take it here? Oh, the high of the day on Tuesday, which is around this area. So I took that little rejection right there, which is 1118, is right here. I got this little move right there. I had the 4320 puts at 410. I say 410, but it was at 1118. Yeah, so yeah, they went from 410 to 510, only $1 move right there. But say $1 move is, you get 10 contracts, it's $1,000 right there. So then I took SPX puts again at 4330 puts, this time at $4 at 1138. Where is 1138? Right. 1138 is this one. So yeah, we'll have to bring it down. So I got this move right here at 1118. This move right there. Then a pop back happened at 1138, which is right here. I got this move. So from here to here, it went from $4 to $5.65 in that little drop right there. Then I ended up grabbing SPX puts again, the 4330 puts at 1226. So I caught this one right here, 1138, 1226, which is right, where was I looking at 1226? Oh, I got it right here, right there. So I got it, let's see, bring it down, 1226. Yeah, I got it right down here. That's why I ended up grabbing it, thinking it was going to drop. Yeah, thinking it was going to drop because it was showing a little bit of a rounding top, a flattening out, but yeah, it was showing a nice little bullish pennant. But I mean, just the way SPY's been the last few weeks with all the Russia drama and stuff like that, any pops, and obviously the Fed's shenanigans and tapering and threatening to raise rates, that any pops have been getting sold into. So anytime it pops, it ends up falling apart. So I saw the pennant, but the problem was, even though I saw it making higher lows, I was going against it because of that, and it's been up from 431 to 438, so $7, and usually the market ends up dumping, and sometimes it likes to flash bullish patterns and then just dump on you. So I mean, I was going against the pattern, and probably should have waited a little longer, but I ended up taking a loss at the 1228, which was right here. Yeah, so that was the third one, and actually the sixth one of the day. So that's when I noticed that I was taking 2 wins, and the third one was being a loss. So every third one was being a loss. So then I ended up taking the next one. I kept taking puts and trying to grab the top. And like I said, that I know I had the wrong idea, but what I was thinking like the market's been doing the last couple of weeks. We're in a bear market right now. Pops are getting hammered on. It goes up, then it ends up selling off sometime that day or the next day, and that's just how it's been. You short the pops until it doesn't work anymore, and once in a while it just won't work, or you can, if you time it right, you can scalp the little drops and stuff like that, which I try to do, but just I was not doing very good on Wednesday. But I did have the SPX 4365 puts at 222, which is right this move right here. Yeah. I saw this candle pop back up and it quickly rejected. I grabbed it right there. Where is it on the 1 minute? Which I think is right about here. 222. Yep. I don't remember. I don't use the 1 minute. I'm just doing it so that way you guys can see. You can see right here. It's basing right here at the 438.50 area, and that's where I ended up grabbing it. 4365 puts at 365, and then went from 365 to $4.30 right there. Not much of a play. Then I ended up grabbing them again at 253. So I got the first one right here, 253, right here. Yep, that's where I grabbed it again. So I grabbed it again at 253 because this was the first one. Right here is where I grabbed it again in this red candle right here. They were the 465 puts at $3.10, and went from 310 to 480, and that drop right there. Then the last play of the day was the one. I took another loss on the sixth one, so that was at 315, which is right here. Yeah, right here. I see exactly where I took it, right here. Because you get the red can rejection harsh, rejected harsh, and right here I thought for sure when it came back down, because I buy it. I mean, I buy and sell here. I buy it when it gaps up, retraces and sell down there. Then I grabbed it again, thinking right here it was going to actually break and go to VWAP end of day, and it didn't pop. So that was the last one. My timing was not that good on that, but yeah, it is what it is. So 1 minute is it's got so much noise on it. That's why I don't like the 1 minute. So go back to the 10 minute. I just wanted to break it down to smaller time frames so you guys could see what I was looking at. And sometimes it's just easier to see it in a smaller time frame when I'm going over the trades. So let's see. Yeah, Wednesday, 6 wins, 3 losses. So I'm already have 5 losses for the week, I think. Yeah. Then on Thursday, I took Tesla. Let's see. Took Tesla puts at 941. Right here. The one thing that I was looking at was, I'd say in the Trade Ideas channel, I think I even said Tesla. Yeah. Oh, on the 3rd, right? Yeah, on the 3rd, I even had Tesla calls about 890. which was over here, because what I was looking at was it consolidating in this area, and it failed to break out, failed to break out, failed to break out. And I was like, okay, is it actually going to break out this time? Tesla just likes to fake people out and think that it's going to break out, and it doesn't. Then it just finally just rips on you. So it does, like, fakes people out here, 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 and here. And I was thinking, okay, this is like a quadruple top right here, 1, 2, 3, and this will be number 4. If it does get over that high of day of 890, that, which it never did, that it's going to rip. But it popped a little bit, then it dropped, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take it if it gets underneath this area right here of the 875, and I did. So I grabbed the 840 puts at $4.64, and it went to 11.55, and that dump right there. So they held it all the way through. That was a nice big move. One of the things I've been noticing is that not every Tesla play, but most of the Tesla plays I've been playing lately, they end up going in the money, even though I'm far out. At this particular time, it was 875, and I said 840. They went in the money down here. It's been crazy. The last few times I've called Tesla, it's gone in the money, and I've gone way out of the money on the options, and just ended up going in the money. It's just crazy. Just a fun fact. Then I ended up taking, let's see, SPY puts at, to make sure I get the right day, the 3rd. Took SPY puts at 1013, which is, I can see why I took it right here. Pops up, rages, it starts to sell off. It's still waiting right here. It bounces up the 20 EMA, rejects VWAP, it comes back down. I grab it right here underneath the 439 area, and I had the 437 puts. It went from 272 to $5.20 on that drop. Then I ended up grabbing them again at 1211, which is right here, the 20 EMA rejection. Remember what I said earlier? Price is getting away from the 20 EMA, which is the blue line. You get that, see that gap between price and the 20 EMA, and then it would do it bounced to it right here, and I caught that little drop right there. And I had the 435 puts at $2.38, and it went to 238 to 320. And I sold it right after I sold it. Something in the news popped. I think it was a something to do with Russia. Oh, I think they were having talks at this point. They had a round of talks that was going well. They said was going well, and then just it didn't. So I did end up buying puts again at 244, which is right here, as you can see. I didn't grab it here. I was really thinking about grabbing the retracement right here, because every time you have these monster candles, regardless if it's red or green, if it pops really a lot in one candle, it will retrace half of it, and if it drops quite a bit, it will in one candle, it will retrace at least up to 50% of the candle, and this was what it did, almost 50%. But I didn't grab it. I wasn't sure about the news. I just ignored it and saw it consolidate over VWAP. Then at the end of the day, I grabbed it right here at the break at the 437.50-ish area. I grabbed the 437 puts at 270, and then went from 270 to 416. So yeah, if you can hear the wind, it's very windy here. Very, very windy. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but yeah. So that was it on Thursday. A lot of very smooth trades on Thursday. Thursday was a good day. It was very, very patient, and couldn't have asked for a better day. Now on Friday, I didn't do as good. I had Microsoft. Let's see what I say. Pre-market on Microsoft. Did I say anything on Microsoft on the 4th? No, I didn't. Well, I did. I said, let's see, not pre-market, but I said it. Hold on a second here. Okay, on the Microsoft, the timestamp, I just couldn't get the timestamp to show up. It was 9:38, I believe. Still can't get it to show up. Why isn't it not showing up? Yeah, 9:38. I said Microsoft puts on the lower day, which is right at the RCT trend line right here. I did grab the, let's see, the 292.50 puts at $1.77, which was at the money, or practically in the money, and they went from 177 to 517 if he held all the way through. So that was a nice play. Then I ended up taking Tesla puts. I took Tesla puts at 946. Let's see, what was I looking at? 930, 946. 946. I actually popped in that candle. I bought it right down here in anticipation it was going to break the lower day, and I got it just a tad bit too early. Then it popped on me. Then it finally dropped. But I'm not quite sure if they ever went green or not. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I had the 820 puts at $4.80, and I dumped them at $2. So I think they might have gone green because they went down into the 425 area. So they probably did go green if I had to look, but I don't really care. I don't like dwelling on the losers. I just try to focus on better setups and timing and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a loss I probably didn't have to take. And then I took SPY puts at 10.08. So let's see. Oh, excuse me. At 10.08 right here. Yeah, drop, pop back up, rejected. I grabbed it right here. Grabbed the 430 puts at 238. And then went from 238 to 314 in that little dump right there. And then I ended up taking SPX this time at let's see, 1152, which is right here at the rejection of VWAP. I got that little move right there and blow it up more. Right there. I had the 42.40 puts at $4, and they went from $4 to $4.50. Not much of a play right there. Then I ended up grabbing 42.70 puts at $12.22, which is right here, and it was rejecting the this 432 area again. Is where I ended up grabbing the 44.10. I mean, 42.70 puts at $4.10. I grabbed it right. Let's see, 12.22 right here. I'll have to bring it down to a 1 minute to see exactly where I bought it. I don't remember what's happening at this particular time. 22. Grabbed it right here, and this is where it popped. Came back down and popped again. Yeah, this is where I ended up taking a loss on that one. I stopped out at what? At 220, 410 to 220. Then it ended up dropping end of the day, but not end of the day, midday. Yeah, 2 o'clock. So yeah, they would have never turned green because the theta was just probably smashed it. Oh, 5 minute. I don't do the 5 minute. I don't know why I clicked on that, but. And then I took 42.85 puts at 243, which is right. I took it at 12.22, which is right here. I messed up. 222. No, 243 right here. Right when it broke down this area right here. You see it dropped. I didn't take that. I probably should have. I was actually looking at that. I was looking at the VWAP on the VWAP. 200 EMA, which is this purple line, drop right here, and I didn't take it, and it popped back up, and this time I took it right here. I took the 42.85 puts at 385, and then went from 385 to 615, and that little drop right there, being end of day, being the end of day, it just they're closer to at the money, so that way they run a little more on smaller moves versus back here when you're out of the money a lot further. Then I ended up taking SPX calls end of day. Now, what I was thinking was because I was watching SPY's open interest, and they had a high put ratio at 430, and I even said in the room, if it gets below 430, it's going to quickly pop. So I was expecting at least a close over 430 and a possible end of the day squeeze, and I ended up grabbing 43.20 calls at 326. I got them a tad bit early. I got them right in this candle. No, what time? 326. Got them in this candle right here, and they went from 390 to $7. So in that little push right there, then it ended up dropping. And I remember in the challenge account, actually before I get to that, I was doing it based on because it went under 430 in the day it was going to rip. So I got it just a little too early, but it was still a good call. 390 to 740, a good play. But the moves have been the last 10 minutes, and I was in the challenge account playing this, and I couldn't, I just couldn't get it right. I took like 2 or 3 trades. I have to look in the challenge account. I don't really talk about that. But let's see, in the challenge account, I took a loss. Let's see. I'm just trying to look at the timestamps. The score's really terrible at showing you times. 337. 337, which is right here, down here. I bought puts. And it fell apart. So what it's been doing is it's been channeling in this area. It's been bouncing. So I was just thinking, okay, I got to remember that if it gets under 430, it's going to pop. But sometimes they'll end up paying these high open interest. Even though I got the move here, I was trying to catch an end of the day move on my challenge account. I did get right here, but I was thinking, okay, because they pushed it up and it quickly rejected, maybe they'll slam it end of the day. And, I could be completely wrong with the whole open interest. And the open interest is not a surefire thing. Nothing is in trading. Just because there's high open interest doesn't mean they won't pay them, because they have been paying them sometimes in the past. So when it quickly rejected and it came back down, I grabbed puts right here, then it popped back up. And then I bought calls and it rejected. Then it ended up, it went back and forth between 431 and 430. So at the last part of my challenge, instead of trying to short at the bottom or buy the breakout, because it was pinging between the two areas, that when it got down below the 430 again, I just took a chance and went puts. I mean, not puts, calls, and it ripped. And I sold way too early, and they ended up going to like $12. I sold like at $5, but you just don't know how big the move is going to be end of the day. But I need to be more patient, because these last 10-minute candles have been the money makers, especially on expiration days, like right here. Look at this fake out right here, fake breakout, then it just slams. These end of the day moves are very violent, and sometimes if you right here fake out to the downside, then it rips. These last minute candles are just 10-minute candles have been really nasty right here. Last two 10-minute candles right here. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope this has helped. It's been a crazy week. Hopefully that you're learning and you're understanding the mindset of what I'm doing and stuff like that. And hope to see you in the room. Thank you for watching.